Great. If you're good to go, give me a thumbs up. If you all are set, ready, set. Yeah, great. I'll mute everybody, okay? Great. Good. Before starting, we'll quickly watch one video. And while we all are watching this video, be very observant about it. At the end of the video, I'd ask what you understood about it, okay? So we'll just watch it, and then one of you or two of you can tell me what was the learning from this video, okay?
Hi friends, welcome to another social emotional learning video from Milemarks. Today we will be learning all about empathy. In this video you will learn these three things. 1. What is empathy? 2. Why is empathy important? And 3. How can you practice empathy with others? Ready? Let's get started. So what exactly is empathy? Empathy is when you are able to understand how someone else might be thinking or feeling about a situation. Some people say empathy is like putting yourself in their shoes and trying your best to imagine what they might be going through. Empathy is not about what you would do if you were them or how you are feeling. It's all about the other person. Why is empathy so important? Empathy is important because it helps you know how to best respond to other people. When you have an idea of how someone is feeling, you have a better chance of knowing what to do or say to them that might be helpful. For example, Susie's cat ran away from home last night. Ask yourself, how do you think she might be feeling? Put yourself in her shoes for just a minute. Imagine if you were Susie and you had a cat that you loved and played with every day. Imagine if one day the cat was gone and you didn't know if it was ever coming back. How would that feel? Probably not great. If you were Susie, you'd likely be feeling sad, heartbroken, and very worried. Since you took the time to try to understand what Susie might be feeling, now you can better respond to her and connect with her in a way that is helpful. You could say something such as, "I know how much you love your cat. You must be feeling really sad." Or you could do something nice for Susie, like offer to help put up posters around the neighborhood. Empathy is not only about figuring out how someone is feeling, but also caring enough to do something about it. Practicing empathy makes you a more caring person and a better friend. It brings you closer to people because they feel that you truly understand what they're going through. Empathy works with happy feelings too. If your friend is happy because he made the volleyball team, you can use empathy to be excited with him. Even if you don't really like volleyball, you know how much this means to your friend, and you can truly be happy for him. So how can you start practicing empathy with others? Here are 4 things that you can start doing today. 1. Pay attention to other people's feelings. You can watch people's faces and body language to get an idea of how they might be feeling. You can also listen to their words or the tone of their voice to get clues about what they are feeling or thinking. If you're ever unsure, you can always just ask, "How are you feeling right now?" By paying attention to people's feelings, you will have a better idea about how to interact with them. 2. Think before you speak or act. Ask yourself, how do I think my words or actions are going to make this other person feel? If something you're doing is making other people feel sad or upset, you might want to think about changing that behavior. For example, you may know a joke that you think is really funny, but if you can imagine that it may hurt someone's feelings, it may be best not to share it after all. 3. Realize that everyone is different. Just because something is not a big deal to you, doesn't mean that it might not be a big deal for someone else. Everyone feels differently about certain situations, and that's okay. Even if you may not feel the same way, you can still be helpful to others by working to understand things from their point of view. 4. Stand up for others. Even if there's a situation that has nothing to do with you, there are still ways for you to be helpful. For example, you might see a kid getting bullied or picked on by the other kids in class. Instead of staying out of it, you can use empathy to imagine how he might be feeling. Then you can do something about it and help stand up to the bullies. By using empathy, you can be a hero for other people. That's all we have for you today. I hope you learned a lot and you found this information helpful. If you did, make sure to subscribe.
Okay,
Like-
great. So what did we learn from the video? I want few responses. If you cannot unmute yourself and speak, do type on the chat box. Okay. But I want to hear from everybody in the class. I am not only teaching Kazi in the class. Okay. I am teaching everybody here. Great. Yes, Pratik, we learned about empathy. Would you elaborate on what empathy is? Aditya, would you like to elaborate? What is empathy?
The empathy is that if anybody, we think of anybody's feeling or guess that what they are feeling or ask them their feelings.
Okay. Thank you, Aditya. So what did you learn new today? What did you learn about it?
Did that understand the feelings of others?
Okay. And why do you think we should operate with empathy?
Because we do not understand their feelings, then we will do anything, they will get angry.
Okay. Thank you so much, Aditya, for your response. That was sweet. I hope you learned something new and you'll practice empathy. Not you only, everybody in the class. We all as humans must operate with empathy. You know, there are 21st century skills. है ना? Every leader must have these skills, and empathy is one of the major skills that a leader should have. You know, if you're not empathetic towards others, it would be difficult for you to understand के सामने वाले का what the other person is feeling, or how the other person works, or what the other person needs. In that case, working in a team becomes very difficult. Okay, so empathy is a very important skill that every human being, irrespective of whatever he or she is doing, must operate with. Okay, I'll take one other response. I'll take it from Rahima. And thank you guys for participating and raising your hands. I'll take only 2 responses. Others, please type on the chat box. Yes, Rahima.
Caring person.
Yes, caring. Yes, caring for the other person could be empathy. And how can you practice empathy, Rahima?
Feelings.
Yeah, by understanding the feelings of the other person. Just ऐसे सोचो कि what the other person might be thinking, है ना? अगर मैं कुछ feel कर रहा हूँ and I have another person to deal with, just think of उसके perspective से कि how must he be feeling about certain things, and then operate. ठीक है? So just considering everybody's point of view, just considering everybody around you. जैसे we are in a class, okay, there are 16 people in the class. All the 16 can't be the same. सब किसी का अपना अपना issues होते हैं, सब किसी की अपनी strength होती है, somebody has some weaknesses, सब अलग होते हैं, everybody is different. Okay, so but when we are in a classroom, we are together, so we need to think about each other. Okay, we just can't be going जल्दी जल्दी अगर मैं सब पढ़ा दूं तो कुछ बच्चों को समझ आएगा, but not everybody in the class is the same. Okay, and there is no problem in being different. Okay, so we have to be empathetic towards everybody's needs and not be just selfish about what I am feeling or what works for me or what is good for me. Okay, so give me a heart reaction if we all are clear what empathy is, and we all ensure that we work with empathy. Leadership, if we have to be leaders of tomorrow, empathy is a must have skill. Okay,
Yes, Didi.
yes, great. So give me a heart reaction, everybody. Sindhu, Shreyas, Aishwarya, Sabya, Rohini. Thank you, Rohini. Shubham, Pratik. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you, Akhil. Thank you, Lucky, Ghazi. Great. Amazing. So now we'll do a quick do now activity. In the chat box, we'll be typing the response to this question. Akansha, quickly read what is this? What is it there in the chat box? Sorry, in the box here.
Didi, that na empathy mean to not figure out only.
Akansha, I'm not asking about empathy, that we have discussed. Good that you were telling. I'm asking you to read what is written here on the screen.
Okay. In the chat box, what is the one thing that you are thankful for?
Yes. So what we have to do, Akansha?
We have to in chat box write that हम किस लिए thankful हैं.
किस कोई एक चीज के बारे में जिसके बारे में यू आर मोस्ट थैंकफुल फॉर इन योर लाइफ, यू हैव टू टाइप दैट इन
Know the meaning of empathy.
यस आकांक्षा, चलो बताओ एम्पैथी का मीनिंग भी बताओ. यस,
To know the meaning of empathy.
यस, टू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ एम्पैथी. आई डिडंट गेट यू. क्या करना चाहिए हमें?
Didi, please say loudly. I cannot hear your voice.
Okay. So Akansha, do you want to know the meaning of empathy? You are asking a question to me, ऐसा?
No, Didi.
हाँ.
That there is written ना आप किस लिए थैंकफुल होना चाहते हो, तो मैं इसलिए थैंकफुल होती हूँ कि मैंने एम्पैथी का मतलब जाना.
Great. Thank you so much, Akansha. That is really sweet. And I'm glad that you understood the meaning and you are thankful for the same. Others, please type on the chat box quickly.
Yeah.
We'll take 1 minute to do so. Only one thing that you are most thankful for. Thank you, Ghazi. Thank you, Ghazi.
Yeah.
Nitin has very interesting response. He says bag. I don't know. Great. Okay, if you are thankful for a bag, amazing. Great, Akhil. I want responses from everybody. Sunny, I want response from you in the chat box. Aditya, Aishwarya, Akansha. Akansha just told me it's okay. Nitin told me okay. Pratik, Rohini, Sabya, Shreyas. Thank you, Shubham. Yes, Lucky. Okay, I want, what is the one thing that you are thankful for in your life? Like for me, I am thankful for my family. Okay, Aditya is thankful for the online classes. Amazing. That is interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Rahima. Rohini is thankful for her friends. Amazing. The teachers. Yes. Great. Sufyan, Sindhu, Shubham. Shubham just wrote, yeah. Okay, Pratik and Rohini have some amazing friends. I'm sure I would love to know more about them. Oh, Aishwarya, that is so sweet. Aishwarya says she's thankful for understanding others' feelings, and that is very human thing to do. You know, as humans, we are gifted with that intelligence to be able to understand what the other person is feeling. And that is why we all are humans. That is also one thing we should be thankful for. Okay, and Ghazi is thankful for his smartness, which he is smart, and that's good. Great. Lucky is also thankful for the online classes. Amazing. I'll give you 30 more seconds. Quickly, we'll finish this. Yes, Rahima. Nitin is thankful for mobile. Yes, we all must be thankful for mobile. For mom, yes. Great. Okay, so on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we are back on the screen. Thank you so much for sharing this, guys. Every day we must find out some time to just think and reflect and be thankful for whatever we have in life. Okay, that is a good thing to do, a good activity to practice each day. Great. So Ghazi has a news for the day, and Shreyas also has an interesting event for the day. So we'll take quickly these two. Tomorrow I want any other two of you to prepare. Okay, कोई दूसरे दो बच्चे करेंगे. Okay, so today Ghazi and Shreyas would be sharing. Yes, Ghazi.
Today's news is White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadowns confirms Trump's condition deteriorated on Friday.
On Friday. Yes. What do we understand from this news, Ghazi?
Did we understand that of White House, the chief of White House of Stark Mark Lansdowne comfort Trump's condition, leads down his comfort of Trump's condition that on determined on Friday.
Okay, so basically, thank you for sharing this news, Ghazi. I am sure we all know that Donald Trump, the president of US, is now COVID positive. Is now COVID positive, right? And his condition is not very good. He is not stable. His health is deteriorating. Deteriorate का मतलब होता है reducing या खराब होना. Okay, so his health is deteriorating. So that is why White House के जो भी secretary थे, they did whatever they did. So that is the news. So when we read some news now, we look for different things. Do we know what is White House? Do we know who is Donald Trump? Right? What is happening in the world? We all must
No.
analyze all of these things. Okay. So how many of us know who Donald Trump is? Give me a thumbs up if you know who Donald Trump is. Okay, Akhil knows, Shani knows, Pratik knows, Nitin knows. Great. Sufyan, Shubham, do we know who is Donald Trump? Sabia, Rahima knows. Okay, great. So, Sunny, would you like to tell us who is, tell the class who is Donald Trump? Yes, Sunny? Sunny, quickly. Okay, I cannot hear you, Sunny.
Of America.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Sunny. Donald Trump is the current president of America and he has got COVID. Okay, great. We'll move forward to Shreyas ka news. Shreyas, quickly tell us. Thank you, Pratik, Akhil, and Aishwarya for typing on the chat box. Yes, Shreyas. Shreyas, are we there? Okay, I cannot unmute Shreyas. If any of you can check with him, where is he? Okay, just check with him once.
He left the meeting.
Okay, so just check with him once. What if he has some issues? Kya? Okay, great. We'll quickly move forward. These are our norms for the class today. We'll think and make connections. Okay, we'll display courage. We'll just unmute ourselves and speak whatever we think of, not thinking of what is if the answer is wrong or right. Okay, we'll just speak up. Okay, we'll take notes and we'll also participate. This is your classroom, so we'll own this classroom. This is our space. We will own it. है ना? हमारा class है. हमको नहीं समझ आएगा, we'll ask questions. Okay, हमें आएगा समझ तो we'll ask दीदी कि दीदी ये समझ आ गया. We'll quickly move forward. So just participate. Make this your own space. Okay, great. So today we are starting a new chapter that is a geography ka chapter, and this is tides. So this is chapter number 3 in geography. Okay, so in this chapter we'll be studying in 4 parts. Today we'll be discussing what basically are tides. Then we will understand that why do tides occur. Then we'll move forward to understand the effects and different types of tides. And finally, we'll discuss what are waves. Okay, so before I move forward, how many of us in the class know exactly what are tides? If you know what are tides, give me a thumbs up. If you have heard of what are tides or know what are tides, just give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Akhil. Thank you, Ghazi. Others, Sufyan, do we know what are tides? Sufyan? Sufyan, please unmute yourself and tell me if you know what are tides. Yeah. Yes, Akansha. Okay, thank you, Pratik. Thank you, Nitin, for typing on the chat box. Sufyan, I'm not marking your attendance if you are not unmuting and speaking, okay? This won't work from now. If I am asking you to unmute and if you don't unmute or type on the chat box, I am not marking attendance. That is very simple. Thank you for typing on the chat box, Sufyan. And please, if I ask you to unmute, quickly unmute and speak. Okay, you can say a yes or a no. I have no problem with that, but speak. Okay. Okay, Sufyan, it's okay if you don't know. Shubham, do you know what are tides? Shubham, are we in the class? If we are, tell me what are tides. You know it or not? Okay, no problem, Shubham. Please listen, then watch the video and listen to the explanation very carefully. Thank you, Ghazi, for typing on the chat box. We will discuss about it further. Okay, great. So we'll explore in the class what basically are tides. And to do that, we'll quickly watch a video. Okay, so while we are watching the video, just very carefully observe that what is happening in the beginning of the video, starting mein kya ho raha hai, and what changes in the video when the video ends. Okay, what are we going to do, Pratik? What are we going to do, Pratik? Quickly tell me, tell the class, what are we going to do? I know guys, you have raised your hand, but I need to just give everybody a chance to participate, right? Pratik, are we there in the class? Thank you, Akhil, for typing on the chat box. Okay, great. It's okay, Pratik. Thank you for informing on the chat. Great. Yes, Akhil, what are we going to do?
Didi, we will watch a video for few minutes to understand how tide.
Yes.
Didi, we will watch a video. We will watch a video for few minutes. What are tides and how they looks.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Akhil. And while watching the video, we will observe कि शुरू में क्या हुआ and what changes, right? While you are watching, what are the changes that are happening? We'll observe that. It's okay, the voice will not come. You'll just have to see what is happening. Just see. Okay, it was just a short video, and I hope some of you must be able to observe what was happening. So what did you observe? Rahima, what did we observe in the video?
Didi, the water is coming in a beach and the people in the boat and the water go down and people was walking there.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much, Rahima, for the observation. What was happening in the video was there was a shore, a beach, and at times the water was coming towards the beach. Jitne bhi stones they were covered, and after some time the water went back. ठीक है, आप अगर कभी भी ocean, if you have gone through any of the seashores, you must have observed कि कुछ टाइम के लिए पानी का लेवल बहुत बढ़ जाता है, पानी आगे को आ जाता है, लेवल बहुत बढ़ जाता है, and थोड़े टाइम बाद the water goes back, right? So you must have heard of the terms high tide and low tide. Okay, so tide is nothing but the movement of sea water. ठीक है, ये जो movement होता है ना, कभी sea water comes एकदम आगे तक and sometime it goes back. So the movement of sea water is called tides. It is the लहर, वो जो बड़ी बड़ी लहरें आती है ना पानी में, that is called tide. Okay. So who would tell me in the class quickly, who would define tides for me in the class? Let me see. Thank you for raising your hands, guys. Lucky, would you like to define what are tides for us? In simple language, whatever you understand. Yes.
Tides go ocean floor that becomes higher and lower. That are called tides.
ओशन फ्लोर हाई लोअर आता है लकी,
Water.
वाटर, राइट? तो जो लहरें आती है ना वाटर में, सी वाटर में, ओशंस में जो लहरें आती हैं, बड़ी बड़ी वेव्स आती हैं, so this movement of sea water is called tides. Okay, so did we get the meaning of the word tide? Are we clear what does tide means? Give me a thumbs up if we are clear what is a tide. हम ऐसे imagine कर सकते हैं कि what a tide is. Thank you Akhil. Nitin? Yeah, great. Thank you Ghazi, Akhil, Nitin, Akansha, Rahima, Akhil. Okay, great. Amazing. So now what we'll quickly do is we'll note this down in our notebooks. ठीक है, ये जो pointers हैं, we will note these pointers in our notebook, and while we are writing it down, I'll ask Aishwarya to start reading the pointers. Read the first 2 points, Aishwarya.
The movements of the sea water are called tides, barring a few expectations. All the coasts on the earth experience tides.
Yes, amazing. What did we understand from this, Aishwarya? जो आपने read किया?
Means Didi,
Whatever you understood, Aishwarya, it's okay. जो भी समझ आया, just tell me. Whatever you understood while reading this.
Didi means barring a few expectations means
It is exceptions.
exceptions
Yes.
means comes earth in expression tides.
Okay, Aishwarya, I'll quickly tell you. First statement is basically the movement of sea waters are called tide. Tide किसे कहते हैं? Sea water के movement को. Okay, great. Now barring a few exceptions. Barring मतलब किसी चीज को रोकना, है ना? बार कर देना किसी चीज को. So किसी कुछ exceptions के अलावा हर सी कोस्ट में, अर्थ के हर सी कोस्ट में टाइड्स आती हैं, राइट? जितने भी समुद्र होंगे अर्थ में, जितने भी सी कोस्ट होंगे अर्थ में, सब जगह टाइड्स आती हैं एक्सेप्ट फॉर अ फ्यू. ठीक है, लाइक द मेडिटेरियन सी. मेडिटेरियन सी कहाँ है? दिस इज वन थिंग you all should search. ठीक है, everybody will search where is Mediterranean Sea. ठीक है,
Okay, Didi.
है ना? Look for its location. So Mediterranean Sea is one such sea जहाँ पे टाइड्स नहीं आते हैं, राइट? लेकिन बाकी जितने भी सीज हैं और जितने भी कोस्ट हैं, वहां हर जगह टाइड्स आते हैं. ओके, ग्रेट.
Yes.
Next I'll move forward. Thank you Aishwarya for reading. Nitin, could you read the next 2 lines for us? Rest of you please note it down. Okay, everybody has to note it down in your notebooks. Yes, Nitin. Okay, I think Nitin had a problem now. He was not able to unmute, I suppose. Sindhu, would you read the next 2 lines for us quickly? Sindhu,
Didi.
quickly read the next 2 lines for us.
Second,
Third and fourth, Sindhu.
high and low tides are natural
Phenomena.
Tides are movement of sea water occurring daily and regularly.
Okay, what do we understand from this, Sindhu?
Tide movement of sea daily. Not understand. Movement of sea. We not understand.
It's okay, Sindhu. Thank you for letting us know. High tides and low tides. ठीक है, high tides मतलब उफान ज्यादा होता है, ज्यादा बड़ी लहरें होती है. So high tides and low tides, these are two types of tides and these are natural phenomena. मतलब ये naturally होती है, ठीक है, अपने आप ही, it is natural, है ना, हम इंड्यूस नहीं करते, ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी से नहीं होगी, दिस हैपेंस नेचुरली, ठीक है. सो हाई टाइड्स एंड लो टाइड्स आर नेचुरल फिनोमिना. Tides are the movement of sea waters occurring daily and regularly. मतलब रोज ही आती हैं tides. They are regular in nature. रोज ही आएंगी tides. Okay, so they are very regular and they occur daily. This is what they have written. Okay, great. Thank you, Sindhu. Now I'll ask Rahima to read the last point for us quickly.
The level of sea water changing after a speed
Yes.
of time after even 12 hours and 25 minutes. A cycle of high tides and low tides get complete.
Okay. What do we understand from this, Rahima?
दीदी लेवल जो वाटर का लेवल हमेशा चेंज होता रहता है.
Yes. Perfect.
हर
After how many hours? Yeah.
12 hours and 25 hours minutes.
हर 12 hours 25 minutes में a cycle of high tide and low tides get complete. ठीक है, हमने अभी देखा ऊपर वाले पॉइंट में the tides are occur regularly and daily, है ना, and in every 12 hours 25 minutes one cycle of high tide and low tide gets complete. ठीक है, क्योंकि tides रोज आती है, they are very regular. So what happens? Every 12 or 25 minutes a cycle gets completed. ठीक है. Did we all note down what is there on the screen? If we have written it down, give me a party wala reaction. Give me a party wala reaction. That party pop hota hai na, that one. Thank you, Gazi. Thank you, Rahima. Akansha, have we written it down? Thank you, Lakhi, Aishwarya. Nitin, Sufyan. Thank you, Muskan. Shubham, have we written this down? Great, thank you. Thank you, guys. I see most of you have written it down. If you haven't, just take a screenshot and write this in your notebook. So whenever you submit your homework now, I want this to be there. Okay, you have to submit this also. So write it down so that whenever you have to revise, you have something to read it down. And quickly you can read this and bus quick revision done. Great, amazing. I'm moving forward. You can just drink some water if you want. Take a quick 30 seconds break. Not if you want. I think everybody must drink some water. Drink water and stretch. I don't see your video, so I don't know if you're doing it or not, but do it. Yes, Gazi, great. Pratik, I am also very concerned that why are only 16 people in the class. I'll have to look to it. Thank you for noticing it. Please ask your friends to join the class. Okay. Great. So on the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we are back on the screen. Okay, everybody here on the screen. Great. We'll quickly check for our understanding. Who would answer what are tides? Actually, I want everybody to be responding on the chat box. I will not ask you to unmute and write. Just type on the chat box. You can type whatever you understood. What are tides? Quickly type on the chat box. Everybody. I will share this chat to you on the group also. Okay. Thank you, Gazi. Okay, thank you, Nitin, for informing me. You could do a stretch, simple stretch also. Quickly, I want responses from everybody. What are tides? And if you're not typing, then I'll unmute and ask. Okay, Gazi. Gazi has responded. Others? Aishwarya, Sindhu, Nitin, Muskan, Shubham. I want response from everybody. No, Gazi, I want everybody to be responding. So I'll take the responses on the chat box only. Okay, Muskan. Thank you, Lucky. Yes, Rahima. Okay, great. Shubham, Pratik, Sabia, I am waiting from responses for your responses. Aditya, you too. Okay, quick. Great. Keep typing. I'll read the second question is, does all the coast on earth experience tides? क्या सभी coast में tides आते हैं? Yes or no? Thank you, Ghazi. Thank you, Pratik and Sindhu. Lucky, why do you say that all the coast experience tides? Okay, great. Yes, barring a few exceptions, all the coast on earth experience tide. ठीक है, सभी coast में होता है, but there are few जहाँ नहीं होता है. So we can't say that all the coast experience tides. Okay, for example, I gave the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea में tides नहीं आते हैं. Okay, and you all have to search where is Mediterranean Sea. Okay, great. Nice. Last one, what is the duration in which a cycle of high tide and low tides get completed? And in what duration does it complete? What is the time duration in which a cycle of high tide and low tide gets completed? What is the cycle, time period? Yes, Rohini, if you want to unmute yourself and answer. Thank you, Ghazi, for typing on the chat box. Pratik says 48 hours. Muskan says 25 hours and 15 minutes.
Yes, Didi.
What is the duration in which a cycle of high tide and low tides get completed?
दीदी इसके टाइप्स ढूंढने.
वो बच्चा, I'm not asking that. I'm asking कि कितने टाइम ड्यूरेशन में हाई टाइड और लो टाइड का साइकिल कंप्लीट हो जाता है. You can see on the screen also, Rohini, an answer.
High and low tides.
What is the time duration in which a cycle that gets completed? Thank you, Aishwarya, Ghazi, and everybody else.
The movement of the sea water are called tides.
बच्चे, time duration I'm asking, a cycle of high tide and low tides get completed in 12 hours 25 minutes. Okay, इतनी देर में एक पूरा cycle of high tide and low tides get completed. Okay, great. Thank you. Now you know, Rohini?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So now we are aware of what are tides, where do they occur, and what is the cycle or the time duration in which the cycle gets completed. Okay, great. I hope you all noted it down. I'll check it in your screen. Okay, I'll share this video on our group so you can do a quick revision while watching this video. I'll quickly tell you what your homework is. It is very fun. You don't have to write anything in your homework today. You have to perform these activities, है ना? इनमें से at least 2 or 3 activities you have to perform, and जो भी आपका observation है while you are doing it, you have to note down that observation. ठीक है? जैसे I'll read the first activity. Take water in a small container which has a handle. ठीक है? एक container लेना जिसमें handle हो, उसमें पानी भरना, and उसको व्रिल करना, मतलब ऐसे गोल गोल घुमाना. ठीक है? और देखना कि क्या हो रहा है. Okay, just watch, just observe whatever is happening. पानी लेना, एक कप में ले लेना. ठीक है? कप में हैंडल होता है ना, या फिर ऐसा कोई बॉक्स हो जिसको ऊपर से पकड़ सकते हो बंद करके, एंड उसमें पानी लेना और ऐसे ऐसे घुमाना, व्रिल करना, मतलब वैसे वॉशिंग मशीन में घूमता है ऐसे ऐसे, एंड देन ऑब्जर्व कि क्या हो रहा है. जस्ट ऑब्जर्व, और जो भी दिख रहा है आपको जस्ट नोट इट डाउन. ओके, सो यू हैव टू परफॉर्म दीज एक्टिविटीज. यस, दिस इज ज्योग्राफी, Pratik. Okay, quickly I'll ask somebody to read it so that we know these activities are also there in your book. Book में भी लिखा हुआ है. Page number 9 and 10 from your geography book, chapter number 3. You will find these 5 activities. I want you all to be performing these activities and typing your observation in the notebook. ठीक है? What we have to do is, I'll ask somebody who would repeat. मुस्कान, क्या करना है हमें?
We have to, दीदी हमको है ना एक कप लेना है जिसका हैंडल हो सके, उसमें पानी डाल के उसे घुमाना है, और जो भी उसमें हो रहा है ना उसको हमें नोटबुक में लिखना है.
हमें सिर्फ ऑब्जर्व करना है कि हमें क्या दिख रहा है। अगर मैं पानी लेती हूँ एक कंटेनर में, ऐसे गोल गोल घुमाती हूँ, तो मुझे क्या दिख रहा है, क्या हो रहा है पानी के साथ, आई हैव टू नोट इट डाउन। एंड नॉट ओनली दिस वन, दीज आर 5 एक्टिविटीज जो आपको यहाँ स्क्रीन पे दिख रही हैं। अखिल, प्लीज टेक अ फोटो और अ स्क्रीनशॉट ऑफ दिस एंड सेंड इट इन आवर ग्रुप। We have to perform at least 3 of these activities. ठीक है, इन 5 में से एटलीस्ट 3 परफॉर्म करना एंड ऑब्जर्व। ठीक है, क्या हो रहा है, नोट योर ऑब्जर्वेशन। ओके, you also have to read page number 9 and 10 from your book. जो ज्योग्राफी का बुक है, chapter number 3, page number 9 and 10, first 2 pages of your book you have to read it. Okay, are we clear what we have to do? Give me a thumbs up if you all are clear what is the homework. Give me a thumbs up if you all are clear. Great. Thank you, Akansha, Rahima, Aishwarya, Aditya. So 3 activities and we'll discuss this in our tomorrow's class. Okay, tomorrow we have an evening class 7 to 7:30. We'll discuss what were the observations of these activities. Okay, and then I will tell you कि हमें ये क्यों करना था. Okay, cool. Good to go. This is the assessment of the last chapter जो Saturday को होना था, but I said that I'll take on Monday. So I'll share a link on the screen. Complete this assessment by 9:30 today only. ठीक है, अभी complete कर लेना. Okay. In the assessment, I will also show. I'll first give you the link here on the chat box. This is the link. Just open it. Open करके रख लो इस link को. Aditya is smiling like, oh wow, amazing. Great. Good to see your smile, Aditya. Everybody, please.